Shalom, you guys. So I just want to hit on a topic about people being reprobates, more so specifically sisters. I'm going to start it off by saying there was once a pastor I knew who, people were constantly coming at him, debating him, fighting him, or whatever. So he became of this disposition of always thinking that no matter what anybody said to him, that they were trying to usurp authority and or fight him, and therefore, like, you could come at him with the, most innocent of things, and he would just, the way that he would respond to you was very negative and almost, like fighting, very like, I'm not going to argue with you, antagonistic type stuff, when in reality, really what you could have just been bringing to him was to either open him up to more understanding and not in a fighting way, just, clarification and or, so you could get more understanding, but he always took everything as a threat. And I see the same mentality in some of these sisters out here. And in a woman, that's very, very unattractive, for the simple fact that, men are supposed to be warriors and supposed to like that, stuff like that. So they're supposed to be of a mind to, be more aggressive. But aggression in a woman is very, very unattractive. Not saying you can't be strong and be able to hold your own, but anytime somebody comes to you to bring something to you, it's not an attack on you. It's not a way to usurp who you are as an individual, or your business, whether you sell clothes or soap or whatever. It's not always, and sometimes, granted, it is, but you should take that opportunity to find out what, the sincerity of a person before you go and always feel like you're being attacked or they're threatening you, and so what happens when you're like that is essentially you make it so that people don't want to edify you. People don't want to show you the error of your ways because they don't have time. I don't have time to sit here and argue with you about petty stuff. You feel threatened and, oh, you're just being a hater. Or maybe I just might have more wisdom or knowledge in this area than you, and I'm trying to share it with you. But no, you're not willing to receive that because, you have your defenses and your walls up so high that, how did you get outside? You have your defenses or your walls up so high that, you're ready to fight everyone that comes. I came out here for shh. I see the moon. Be quiet. You have your defenses of your walls up so high that you just, you're ready to fight anybody who has anything that's to go against you. You're not always right. Nobody's always right. The apostles weren't even always right. So if you always feel like you can't be edified, if you always feel like nobody has anything to say to you, then you really need to check your spirit. If people are constantly always coming against you, maybe it's you. There's a possibility that you may be the person that's in the wrong, especially if people keep saying the same thing. So anyways, I bring that to say that you really put yourself in a predicament to not be saved, because the Almighty could be bringing sisters and brothers to you to, shed light on areas of imperfection that could or could not get you in the kingdom. Not every sin is unto death, but areas of perfection, but you'll never receive it because, you're always so threatened by everybody that you always shut everything that anybody has to say to you. Instead of considering, even if you disagree with the person, you should at least consider, especially if if it's somebody who's not out there living in sin. Even if it's somebody that you don't like, because not just because we're all in the body doesn't mean we're all going to like each other. But even if it's somebody that you don't like, if you know they're not living a contrary life and they say something to you, you should at least consider it. Even in your private closet, you don't got to say nothing to them, but those are things that you should at least take back to your private closet and consider. So anyways, I just, I hope that this reaches somebody or not, because it is truth, That's why they say if after the second or third admonition, just let them go. They're reprobate. They don't care. They don't want to be saved. You done warned them 2 or 3 times. So, don't put yourself in a place to where you can't heed warnings from your brothers and sisters. So that's what we're here for. Iron sharpen iron. We're supposed to be our brothers and sisters keepers. But some people just prove to themselves not to be keepable. And, it's unfortunate. Anywho, Love you guys. See y'all, I'm back. I hope you'll have a blessed Sabbath. Shalom.